Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Kentucky Middle School Championships here at Bryant Station High School here on PrepSpin. Gary Ball, along with the ball coach, Coach Mike Meehan, William Warfield producing, and, of course, Darren Douglas in the house as well, who will have the next game today for you, as he called that first game. This one should be a good one, Coach Meehan. We have Corbin Middle School, the Red Hounds, going up against TK Stone out of Elizabethtown, and both teams outstanding squads, and tell us what you know about this middle school game, Corbin and TK Stone out of Elizabethtown.
Well, we watched TK Stone last year, and they have a pretty impressive program. They're very well balanced. They do a whole lot of things offensively and defensively. They like to run the ball. They throw the ball also. Corbin, I'm not too familiar with, but by the looks of them, that's a big football team. They look like they've got some size, so it could be interesting. The field was wet early. It was raining for the first game. We saw a lot of power stuff, some good throwing in the first game. But again, right now the sun seems like it's trying to peek through, Gary. It could be a good game.
It does. The weather has taken a turn for the better here, no doubt about it, in Lexington. We left the Spindletop Gala last night about 11:30, Coach, and it was just pouring down like it could sleet or something. It was pretty nasty, but looks like most of the bad weather's out of here, so we're looking forward to a good middle school game between two outstanding programs, Corbin and Elizabethtown. TK Stone Middle School out of E-Town. And, Coach, when you think of high school football, what do you think of when you think of the Corbin Red Hounds and Elizabethtown?
Well, let me tell you what I think of the Corbin Red Hounds. A doggone hard place to go play football.
Yes, sir.
I've taken a few teams down there. When we were Bryan Station, we played there, and when I was at Lexington Christian Academy, we played there also. And it's tough to go down there and play. The crowd is wonderful. They really support their teams. Obviously, they support the middle school program also. So, again, just like Boyle County in the first game, Boyle County middle school program, they feed the high school. The high school basically controls what they do. They run the same offense and the same defense. I have a feeling they do the same thing in Corbin.
And the captains are making their way out to midfield here. We'll try to get a gander on the captains for the TK Stone Middle School team. Outstanding job here. And tell us about some of the captains. I see big 71 there, Ben Ryan, Coach.
Big number 71, Ben Ryan for TK Stone. Also, we have number 10 for Tyron Aguirre. Number 21 is
Vincent Norman.
And number 68, maybe a little smaller than the rest, but I bet he's tougher than nails, 68, Gavin Burris.
And I see the quarterback out there for Corbin. That's Travion Longmire. He's had an outstanding season. And let's check out some of their other captains. That's big 13 there I'm talking about. I see the big linebacker, Carter Severe. He's out there, number 42. And we're blocked now by some numbers, but we'll give you those other captains.
Parker Norval's out there for sure.
So the officials doing a great job here. It's the Kentucky Middle School Championships here live from Bryan Station High School. And we're going to wait. The Whitecap is about ready to tell us. I think that Corbin's going to take the football, or they defer. Let's wait and see.
We have a number.
Corbin's going to take the football.
There's a number 13 out there for Corbin. 13. Do you have him on your roster?
He would be Longmire. Yeah.
Longmire.
Yeah, for Corbin. That's Longmire. He's
one of my favorite Netflix shows.
That's right.
Longmire.
Yeah, I've got to get Netflix, Coach. I keep hearing about it.
That show is so good.
So it's Corbin and TK Stone. We're looking for a good one here. Earlier, my goodness, was Boyle County impressive. You got the final numbers from that game, Coach, and we got to find out for Boyle County how many yards did that one kid have. I know he had a bunch of touchdowns.
Yeah, Cash Logan. Cash Logan had 100 yards rushing. Sloan had 64 yards, so they hit with both two different running backs on that Boyle County team. But if you take a look at Barrett, who was the team that played them, they had that player named Salai Brown. He had 11 carries for 121 yards in the losing effort. Super job. Fantastic.
There's always that one kid, no matter who loses, that steps up for his football team. You know it, Coach?
Right. And you know what we were mentioning before? The quarterback who threw the ball pretty well, he's 3 for 5 for 49 yards and a touchdown for Boyle, Cole Lanter. Now, the Lanter name is pretty synonymous with Boyle County football.
Yes, it is.
Miles Franklin also for Barrett was 9 for 19 passing for 112 yards. A couple of those were real long 76-yard touchdown passes. One of the neat things about Boyle County is they actually returned the opening kickoff about 76 yards for a touchdown. So
Of course, check us out on at PrepSpin. TK Stone set to kick off. They're in the white with those purple pants. They're out of Elizabethtown, and their kicker is Braden Shear. And they tell me, Coach, that he's an outstanding kicker.
All these kickers do a really good job. The kicker, I guess it was Smith for Boyle, was kicking in the end zone.
Absolutely. So Shear set to kick off. Longmire back deep along with Jonathan Jackson. He's just got a football name. If you're named Jonathan Jackson, you know you're a good football player. He's back deep at about the 30-yard line. Longmire's back at the 22-yard line to the near side. We're just about set for Middle School State Football Championship. TK Stone out of Elizabethtown and Corbin Middle School. Gary Ball, Coach Mike Meehan. William Moorfield producing as always. Got a good one coming up after this one too, Coach. Here's Shear into it, and it is a short kick. Now it'll be Jackson at the 30, 35, Jackson to the 40, 45, and he slips and falls up near midfield at the 48, 49-yard line on the return there by Jonathan Jackson.
Jackson did a nice job of returning that football. He just got a little the turf got him.
Yeah, the turf monster.
And Gary, we do not, because of a complication here at Bryan Station High School, we don't have the scoreboard on here.
So we'll
try to keep people up on that.
As you know, you folks that are watching middle school football, only 8-minute quarters in middle school football, Coach Meehan.
That's right, and it goes quickly.
So that is Longmire generating that offense. He's got a full house in the Corbin back, quick snap, and down to the 40-yard line, still on his feet, to the 30, cutting back 25, and that's going to be Mills, Seth Mills, and finally Mills is going to be tripped up at the 13-yard line, 14, and Coach got a beat on the couple of young men down there on for that TK Stone defense, Coach. They saved a touchdown.
Juwan Montgomery chased him for about 10 yards and finally caught up with him to tackle. Here's your instant replay. You can see it just runs a power play, a little isolation up the middle. Nice cut there. And if you watch, really good job of catching up to him and making the tackle by Montgomery.
I think Mills is going to be the featured back here, obviously. They direct snap it to him. Mills to the 10, Mills to the 5, and tripped up after a pickup of 9 yards down to the 5-yard line. A couple of guys got in there. In particular, it was Amarin Doctor for TK Stone.
Right, and Chad Dukes also got in on the tackle. Nice job. Again, you're right. I think he's going to be the feature runner.
He's the guy.
Boy, I'll tell you what. They've got some pretty good linemen in there, big old guys. Number 69.
How about Dante Doctor, one of the captains, big number 73 there on that Stone defensive line, and also Trey Prather. Those are some big young guys down there.
They really are.
Let's see what they do here out of that pistol again. Backs to both sides. Mill gives it back inside, and Longmire, and he's going to take it in for the score. Touchdown.
Longmire just a little bounce to the outside. Really nice block on the line of scrimmage by the right tackle and the right guard. Kind of freed him in there, so nice job.
Well, it started up near midfield, and that was just too easy for that opening Corbin drive here against this TK Stone middle school team out of Elizabethtown. So 6:45, and quickly, Coach, it only takes, a minute 15 seconds for them to drive down and score on a run by Travion Longmire.
These most of these teams, it's interesting. Some of these teams will kick these extra points, and some will go for 2 every time. So Corbin's decided they're going to go for 2.
So Seth Mills will be out of that Wildcat. He's going to, he's got backs flanked to both sides, and he's going to give it now to Longmire, and he's going to walk in the end zone in the right pylon. So 2-point conversion is good, and just like that, the Red Hounds all over TK Stone on that opening drive. They lead 8-0. There was a Longmire 4-yard TD coach, and then Longmire 2-point extra point conversion.
They're, again, the good field position. Here's your instant replay. The sweep to the outside. This is the touchdown. Number 22, really nice block inside. He planted him.
Oh, he did. That's Jackson, Jonathan Jackson, who threw that block.
Nice
Number 22
job
for the Red Hounds. Corbin, I've been down there, Coach, as you have too. I've called some games down there back in my radio days, and I tell you what, I love that facility there at Corbin.
It is. It's easy to get to. It's right off the
interstate
highway there.
Right.
And again, they've had some really good coaches in the past and some tough guys, and
They made a movie. What was it, 23 Blast or something?
Yes.
A movie about the blind player that played at Corbin back in the day.
Right.
And Corbin's brought a good crowd here along the way here at Bryan Station. And, boy, they also brought the offense on that opening drive. Coach Meehan driving down 52 yards and capping it off with a Longmire touchdown run.
Well, let's see if Stone can answer, Gary. These middle school teams, they each usually have a star. They usually have
that movie. I was at the debut in Ohio when they.
So set to kick off. Looks like Longmire is going to be a busy guy today. He kicks as well. He said, and back to return. Todd Allen is back to return to the far side for TK Stone. Get a beat on the young man to the near side. I think it's DeQuarius Skillman, but it is. That's Skillman to the near side. And Allen is out to the top. And Longmire, like I said, Coach, he ran the touchdown in. He got the 2-point conversion. He's going to kick off. He's going to be a busy guy today.
He's a busy guy. He's going to be doing a lot of things. I think that halftime he's going to serve concessions.
Yeah, I think so.
Over there in the concession stand. So.
He's a good one. And I tell you, the TK Stone's going to have to deal with him all. Are we in the afternoon yet, Coach?
Yes, we are.
So they're going to deal.
No, we're not. It's 5 till noon.
So they're going to have to deal with him today. It's 8-0, 6:45, and some type of long delay going in. Here come the officials with a bunch of looks like middle school officials coming. Now they're going to convert and meet. I don't know what this is all about, but it has taken a long time to get this kick. I think it's something to do with the football.
I do too. I think one of the people out there involved is the one of the commissioners from this middle school association.
So if William can maybe get a shot of that over there, Coach, as they're all meeting over there, you might want to get William out there. And we got a meeting going on over here about the football over there, and they're talking about it. William's going. There we go. Now there's William Warfield. He's on top of it.
Let's see what they decide for some reason here.
It was definitely a conversation about the football, and somebody didn't like the football, or it was the wrong ball or something. Here comes the little man right there. He's a future middle school star. Look at him.
Yeah,
he's got a good arm on him, too.
There.
Man.
Yeah, it looked like they were using the wrong ball or something. They had to switch
there was
the ball out.
Definitely some confusion there about the football. So,
yeah, there was a discussion going on, the meeting of the minds, as they say.
That's right. As we say, we got Skillman to the near side. Allen's out to the far side waiting for this Longmire kick. Longmire not only kicking, he had the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and he kicks it over the far side, taken in over there by Allen. Allen circling back the wagons this side, 25, 30. Allen, nice cut, 35. He's at the 40, and what a nice return by Allen up to the 48-yard line. Coach, that's a terrific return there of 23 yards by Todd Allen of TK Stone, and this is almost exactly where Corbin started their opening drive that they were able to cap off with a touchdown run. Look at this kick return again here, Coach, on the instant replay. Nice job there by Todd Allen.
Yeah, they had the wall set up to this side, and that's why he came back this way.
So Allen doing a great job.
I have the wrong roster, my friend. I have the 7th grade roster.
I hope I don't have this. Is this?
No, you got the right one.
I got the correct one. Sorry, Coach.
I'm talking about Corbin.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, I got it's 8th grade, right?
Right.
And here's a handoff and very little gain there for as we make sure we got the correct rosters. There's a lot of games going on today, so
I got paperwork everywhere trying to keep up with this. At PrepSpin, any questions you have, if you want to comment or if you want to shout out to anybody here, we'll be happy to convey your shout outs at PrepSpin.
Yeah, Keandre Strand was the running back there, and he's back there in the backfield. And the quarterback is Isaiah Harris.
Ooh.
And there's a handoff right side. That doesn't get much at all. Matter of fact, they're going to lose about a half a yard. And that was Allen, the ball carrier.
Number 75 for Corbin made the tackle.
So 3rd down. Yeah, Coach, just making sure we've got all the correct updated rosters.
Yeah, I don't have.
This is the correct Stone roster, right?
Right, that is. I need if you can find Darren, I'm talking to Darren, if you can get me an 8th grade Corbin roster.
So 3rd down and 12.
Somebody asked me on Twitter. Okay.
Motion.
I need an 8th grade Corbin roster.
Toss and Skillman. I thought he was going to pass it, but he's going to run it, and he's not going very far. It brings up 4th down, and does Corbin stop him on the opening drive? It looks like they indeed did just that, and it will force a punt here. As a matter of fact, here comes the punting team in for TK Stone out of Elizabethtown with Corbin already on top with 5:12 to go. First quarter, 8-0 on a Longmire TD run.
We have another official's timeout. A player down on the sideline. He's okay. He was just pinned on the Corbin sideline over there. Couldn't get out. So.
I think he was ran into the chain gang as well. Yeah. So,
but he seems to be okay.
So fourth down for TK Stone. Football is marked at the 46-yard line. You got the correct rosters and everything, Coach?
I have the Stone roster. I do not have a Corbin roster. So I'm going to – if I see anything good, I'll just hit you with the numbers.
Yeah, you can look right off mine.
I can see that over there.
Okay, Coach. Fourth down and long when we're set to a punt here. And going back deep will be Jonathan Jackson. He backs up to the 30. The punt, and it's partially blocked and tipped away. And let's see, battle for it. Jonathan Jackson's going to dive on it at the 36-yard. That ball was tipped by about a couple of players.
Yeah, he got lucky that time.
Jackson was able to jump on it.
If one of the TK Stone players could have gone on the ball, it would have been their football.
So the Red Hounds have it their opening drive, Coach. They went 52 yards for the touchdown. So first down for Corbin at the 36-yard line on the punt there by TK Stone. That was partially tipped. Looked like a kid got a hand on that one, Coach.
It did. We have a little shoe tying going on out there. So.
I'll tell you, this Longmire kid's a busy guy.
Yeah,
Seth Mills runs that out of the shotgun, runs that pistol. Now he's got backs to both sides.
Little full house shotgun.
And he gives it back inside to Jackson. Hit and ran back. A nice play by TK Stone. And that's a big fella there that looked like, Coach, you get a number on that young man?
59.
That is going to be Chad Dukes.
Chad's been in on several plays.
Chad with the big play there.
Nice size young man.
Yeah.
Played that really well.
He could play. Looks like he's the size of some high school kids we see from time to time. So second down. As we said, they like to – this time they're going to put the quarterback under center. He's going to slide, give to the second man through, and that's Longmire. And he's going to take it all the way up to the 43, 44-yard line where it'll be third down. Nice run there. Nice stop. Vincent Norman there with the tackle for TK Stone.
Yeah, that was a really good job that time again. I think they're running an isolation, and fullback's getting that block on that linebacker, and then Longmire makes that little cut, to the outside and does pretty well.
And, Coach, we got third down, and you've got, I believe, some starters marked there, too, on your – here's the and that's going to be quarterback to the 50, first down and more for Mills. Mills to the far side, stutter stepping, and finally tackled way over there to 27-yard line.
Yeah, he actually tried to make that last cut back inside. He didn't even try to run out of bounds. The tackle was a pretty good tackle by number 10, Aguirre.
He was one of the captains, I believe.
Right.
So one of the captains, Aguirre, making this stop there down to the 27. Let's see what Corbin just really moves that football, don't they?
They do. They're just pounding it right now.
They lead 8-0 on a Longmire TD run, and he got the 2-point conversion. So full house backfield. And give it back inside, and the big running back is going to be Carter Sevier, and he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
It's a nice job. Watch the instant. This is the previous run, Gary. Well, the quarterback does a super job of bouncing this to the outside and turning upfield. Got a great block downfield. Nice job. Really nice job on that run.
Second down. As they gave it to Carter Sevier, and he was immediately stopped. This time they send Mo out to the near side, wide out to the top, and they give it now to Longmire. Longmire bouncing. Longmire 15, 10. Longmire is going to take it to the house. Touchdown, his second TD today.
Just really nice cuts. He's getting that block. He's getting those blocks on the line of scrimmage, but when he gets in the secondary, he gets to the linebacker, that second level, he's making that little break to the outside, and he's really getting free.
So Travion Longmire with the touchdown, and that's his second score of the day. And already, folks, if you've missed 5 minutes and 19 seconds, you've missed 2 scores for the Corbin Red Hounds. They lead it 14-0. Here's the replay of that Longmire TD. Nothing fancy.
Yeah, nice block again inside. Really, I'm very, very impressed with number 22, Jackson, for Corbin with his blocking skills.
He's outstanding. Direct snap to Longmire. Stutter steps, Longmire, and hit, and he's going to be run out of bounds. That was good defense there by TK Stone, and a couple of guys were there. In particular, it was Strand, Keandre Strand, 28, to help. They used the sideline as another defender is what they did.
They did, and they pinned him to the sideline, and that was a good job. You string it out, string the good runner out. He's a super runner. Don't let him turn upfield. String him out and use the sideline to help you.
Does William want commercial breaks? Just keep it here.
Just keep it here for now.
Keep it here, and
Commercials in between quarters.
our score is 14-0. Or we should say our score is Trevion Longmire 14 and TK Stone out of Elizabethtown nothing.
Right, and
he has scored everything today.
Corbin is a strong football team. They really look good. They seem to be well disciplined and organized. TK Stone's just having some trouble stopping the big running back. That's all.
That's exactly right. So,
Gary, it's good to see you, man.
Yeah.
We didn't do a high school game last night, and I kind of missed that. So
Yep.
I watched a couple of college games on TV. So
Yep. I had a commitment last night with the gala out at Spindletop Hall, and that was a lot of fun. But good to be back at it. And I tell you what, you got to understand, folks, when you do middle school, you get a roster. Coach knows normally I come in with charts and notes on things and stuff and stats and all that. None of that here.
No.
We're just it's a wing and a prayer.
Yeah, the games go one after another. They hand you a roster. You just got to go by the roster.
You just got to go, and you hope it's the right roster. Apparently, they are the correct rosters anyway, so at least we got that far.
Right, and if you have any comments for us, at PrepSpin.
Here's the short kick, and it's going to jump on at the 43-yard line. So Longmire's kick was short.
Yep, and that was a very heads-up play by, let's see.
Number 6 there.
Nice,
that's going to be Hopkins.
Nice heads-up
Mackay
play
Hopkins.
For a young guy.
Yeah, Hopkins there pouncing on it. So good field position. You know, they had good field position to start their last drive, Coach, up at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, they need to find themselves. They need to find a weakness. They need to take a look at this defense, this big, strong defense for Corbin, and find a little weakness and a little crease where they can run or throw.
So Harris is your quarterback. He's under center now. Harris sliding left, gives the first man through. Not much running room there.
Well, they got a 5-man defensive front with 3 down linemen and a big nose guard over the center. They're not going to allow much to go on between the tackles. But we'll see. You know, maybe they'll be able to hit the edge, or we saw a nice little reverse in the first game that was successful.
2nd down and 10, no gain. Boy, TK Stone hadn't been able to muster much yardage so far in this game.
Right, 2 minutes and 7 seconds now in the quarter. First quarter.
They haven't thrown the ball yet. Let's see if Harris decides this time. No, he's going to hand it off to the near side. Strand, and he's at the 45 and tackled right there.
Yeah, you got to get that block on the edge if you're going to do that. We had a pretty good play by the defensive end on this side, but then number 75 for Corbin came across and helped in on the tackle too. A really nice job by Blake Chaffin,
you're right. So 3rd down and 9 at the 45 for TK Stone. We are a minute 30 here in the first period with Corbin already on top, 14-0. This time out of the shotgun. Quarterback Harris steps back, throws it deep down the near side, and he's going to overshoot his intended receiver. Longmire was back there for Corbin trying to pick it off, but that's going to be incomplete and bring up 4th down.
Yeah, that was a tough play. He just tried to get a pass right down the sideline. The receiver kind of pulled it up short, so that made it a little difficult for the quarterback. Longmire was sitting in center field waiting for the ball anyway. So,
Coach is talking about high school football. The playoffs start next Friday night, November 3rd.
Isn't
the playoffs.
that something? We're there already.
So the Commonwealth Gridiron Bowl games get underway next Friday night. Bobbles and dives on it after he bobbled the snap, and that will be Corbin. Corbin will be set up now.
Again,
as the punter that time, Trey Brown, bobbled the snap and just jumped on it. So Corbin, well, what great field position. They start up near midfield. Their first drive, took that down for a Longmire score.
Yeah, just a little mistake there. The official has, I don't know if he's ejected a player for TK Sloan or just asked the player to leave the field. I don't want to conjecture on that because it could have been maybe a helmet off. It could be anything.
Well, that puts Wyatt McAdams in duty. He comes into play linebacker Rolling to the right, Mills sets
nice
and
defense.
knocked a good job there, knocking that one down, Coach, by the big fella there. Big number, what is that, 52 there for TK Stone?
Big 52 reached
That
up
is
and
Jackson Ford.
Absolutely nice job.
Second down and 10. A minute 11 to go, first quarter, with Corbin all over TK Stone already on 2 Longmire TDs, 14-0. He also had a 2-point conversion.
Number 28, Strand, back in the game now, taking one play off. He's back in his linebacker position. He's pretty darn good linebacker.
And, Coach, this is usually the position on the field where they give the ball to Longmire.
I would think.
And Mills gives the ball to Longmire. Longmire far side. He cuts it back 30, 25 down the far, finally pushed out of bounds on the far side of the field at about the 20-yard line. But nice run there, pickup of about 15, maybe more for Longmire.
Here's a great name for you, Marion Doctor, D-O-C-T-O-R. Marion Doctor was the one that forced him out of bounds.
Good job, a doctor of TK Stone. We have only a minute to go here in the first quarter, 8-minute quarters, and it is 14-0, but Corbin on the march trying to add to that.
You know, driving it with the big man.
Carmichael. Handoff inside, I believe that's Jackson. No, that's going to be the other running back. Carter Sevier, second time he's carried the ball.
Because Sevier carried the football again.
Yep.
Pretty good job of defense again. Number 86 for TK Sloan in on
Trey Brown.
Trey Brown.
Yeah, Brown in there making the play. So brings up 2nd and 10. That clock is running down to 34 seconds now.
Really quick.
Out of that shotgun again. Handoff, Longmire. Longmire, 20, 15, spun around down to about the 13-yard line where he's going to be short of the first down.
Just short of the first down.
And that should do it for the first quarter as well. So we'll head to the second quarter. Longmire's been putting on a show. Trevion has both touchdowns and a 2-point conversion as we head to second quarter action. The Corbin Redhounds on top of TK Stone, 14-0 here at the Kentucky Middle School Football Championships here on PrepSpin. Tell your friends at PrepSpin.com. We'll be back second quarter action.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Downs
5-0.
Welcome back here, the Kentucky Middle School State Championships. Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan, William Moorfield, Darren Douglas. He'll have the call. He had the first game today, and boy, I tell you what, how can you not be impressed with that football game earlier today, Coach?
It was a great game. It was a lot of fun to watch. These football teams, they're balanced. They can do so many things. And that's what impressed me last year when I did this, was the passing. These young guys throw the football a lot.
You know, Boyle County, was that a 7th grade or 8th grade game?
That was 8th grade
8th grade. Boy, Boyle and Corbin would be a heck of a game,
It would be a super game. We might see that, too.
Could see
this
that.
This game's been all Corbin in the first quarter.
They have dominated. Tell us why, Coach.
We'll right after this play.
After this play, inside to give it Sevier down to the 5-yard line. So nice hard running there by Carter Sevier.
Yeah, TK Stone doesn't have a first down. 5 first downs for Corbin, 0 for them. And the rushing yardage, 149 rushing yards total for Corbin, 8 yards total for TK Sloan. Total domination so far.
We are in the second quarter. And Sevier again, he's going to take it in for the touchdown.
Nice blocking on the line of scrimmage. Gary, I could have gone through there. that was nice blocking. Let's get a replay on that play, Gary. And look at the blocking at the line of scrimmage. The center's been doing a really good job of blocking it on this football team. Let's see if we can get a replay on that.
We'll take a gander at that again. Here it is, and it was just nothing fancy. Just give it up to gut to 42 Severe, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it went back a little too far. We're going to look at this 2-point conversion for sure.
Longmire had the last 2-point conversion. And quarterback, he rolls, and he's going to tuck it back, and Mills, and
he's in.
Yeah, he got in. Mills got in there at the last second, late delayed call, but Seth Mills got in for the 2-point conversion, and just like that, Coach, 7:38.
Gary.
Yep. I mean, he was thinking pitch that ball to Longmire, but he tucked it in himself.
Longmire stayed right behind him, though. Longmire needs to, if they're going to run that option more, he needs to get out front of him a little bit more so they can get a pitch on the corner. But that was a pretty good job of a drive again. They got good field position and used that good field position to take the ball down the field. If we take a look at this, if we take a look at some of these stats real quickly for the first quarter, we have a chance. Rushing for TK Stone, only Todd Allen has a couple yards. Doctor has one. Longmire with most of the yardage, 63 yards on 5 carries. So passing, Seth Mills is 0 for 1.
Neither team has completed a pass.
No, neither team has completed a pass. So
both running teams.
Right. So again, the drives by Corbin for the scores, but again, Gary, they've had good field position both times. So.
Katie Tiller's watching. She says thanks for the coverage.
Shout out to Katie Tiller, I believe you said.
Yeah,
watching.
Thanking us for the coverage. It's nice for you to
How you doing, Katie, on this cold Saturday afternoon now?
Now, I saw people in the first game in the stands with their telephones watching the game on PrepSpin.
You can watch it anywhere. Well, if you got a computer, laptop, iPad, iPhone, or you got of course, smart television, you can watch it on your big screen. And Longmire's got it teed up, 22-0. And Coach, what has Corbin done to get this big lead?
Good field position and good defense. You know, we're giving Longmire a lot of credit, but let's face it, the defense for Corbin has done a super job.
And the offensive line. Yeah. Here's Longmire's kick, and it bounces around, and Corbin battling for it, and they've got the ball. Corbin recovers. Let's get over there, and we'll find out here in a moment as soon as they unravel the pile over there who came up with it. Corbin recovers it on the far side of the field.
We might have to look at that one again because it's far away from us. We're going to look at our monitor and take a look at this if we can.
Yeah, here we go. We'll see who recovered it there. And Longmire kicked that, I believe, with his left foot.
Yeah, there's an onside kick. I mean, it was
onside
really
kick.
good.
Yeah, he just kicked that one up, and there bounces way up, goes over the head of 71 there. And let's see, Corbin was able to get, it looked like it was, for Corbin, it looked like it was Jonathan Jackson who was able to get it. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, Jonathan Jackson. The ball was close to being out of bounds.
Mills, back to pass, looking, fires down the left side, throws a good ball. Longmire there with the catch, turns around 10, still on his feet down, and they mark him out at the 5-yard line. What a great catch.
What can't Longmire do?
You know what? He keeps playing like this. They're going to be thinking we need to give this guy some freshman time or JV time maybe.
Yeah, we could very easily. We are permitted to pick a player of the game if it's an outstanding player in one of these games, and it looks like he's leaning toward that right now.
Well, he looks good right now. That was a nice we talked about no completions. Well, that was a well-thrown football by Seth Mills.
It was. Nice step. He stepped into it well. Nice spiral. I like this Mills guy.
Yeah, Mills is going to go under center this time. Slide left, give to Jackson, and Jackson cuts it back inside and down to about the 2-yard line. And Coach, we got to give credit where credit's due. You've got that Corbin lineup there, and I think it's telling us who. Yeah, it is. It's indicating a lot of the. Look at that offensive line. It looks like Yates, Warren, Cloud, Goforth, and then you got the big guys at Cruz, Chafin, Hobbs, and Helton. Some of those guys are. But that offensive line's been impressive.
Very impressive. And again, I'm really. Hold on. After this play, I'll tell you.
Mills gives to Jackson, fumbles the ball, but does he dive back on it? Let's see. Stone says they've got it, and let's see and Stone comes up with it.
Stone comes number 50. He's still down on the field.
Shaken up a little bit. Yeah, it was recovered there by the young man we've been referencing, Dukes. Chad Dukes, I believe, came up with it, Coach.
Yeah, really nice job on that. Again, to go back, number 57 is the center, Yates.
Here it is, Coach. Ball came right out of there on the handoff there. He just lost it out in front of him.
Popped through.
And I believe it was Dukes 59 there at the bottom of that pile, and something happened on the bottom of that pile. You can bet your bottom dollar.
There's big guys laying on little guys. I'm telling you that. We got one of the players down here.
After a fumble recovery by TK Stone in the end zone, so they'll get the ball out at the 20-yard line. So here's our schedule.
You want to go to?
Coming up, Caudle will take on Johnson County. We know coaches Caudle. Remember the coach at Dunbar, David Hensley?
Yes.
He's the head football coach at Caudle now. He's also got a son that's a pretty good player on that team. So that's coming up against Johnson County. And then Corbin will take on Bowling Green.
That's Johnson Central, is that correct?
Johnson County, but it's Johnson Central.
Right.
Same thing. And then, Farnsley would take on Johnson County, too, 8th grade. That Corbin Bowling Green game is a 7th grade game. And then the last game tonight, which I won't be able to do, is North Pulaski, South Warren. So I'll probably more than likely be doing the Corbin Bowling, whatever Darren Douglas wants me to do. I'm here for support today, Coach.
And you do a good job.
Let's step out. We'll come back in 30 seconds. It's all Corbin right now, 22-0, 6:48 in the first.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter. Locally owned and operated since 1972.
Are you a Kentucky high school sports fan? Do you know where to find the latest news and information on your team, your competition, and high school sports action across the state? Join the fun and excitement at BluegrassPreps.com. You can support your favorite team, test your sports knowledge, and share news and views at BluegrassPreps.com for all the latest on Kentucky high school sports, other sports, and a whole world of lively discussion. Get on board at BluegrassPreps.com.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
I used my credit.
Welcome back. Here we got a young man that's in the end zone on the fumble recovery, shaken up there for TK Stone, and they're working on him, and of course, a lot of concerned folks here in this stadium at Bryan Station.
Absolutely. Hopefully, they just take every possible precaution.
They should
in high school games and in these middle school games. So, hopefully, he's okay. We're just going to be very careful. We have good trainers out there, and the officials hold at the games. So.
Well, Coach, while we got a little delay, I got to ask you a couple questions here. Middle school football, football's football. Darren's been telling me for years how great this middle school state championship games are, and you covered it last year. What did you see, and what do you see now that impresses you about these middle school kids?
Well, one thing Darren and I like to do is put marks by players and then follow them into the high school game to see, when they progress to high school, if they still – improve and do the same thing in the high school game.
Right.
What I see that surprised me the most last year is the intensity of their play, the way they play.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter the level of the athlete or the level, high school, middle school. These kids, they play hard.
And then the other thing was the passing game. When I remember middle school, when my sons played middle school, you might throw the ball 3 times a game. You might try to throw it about 8, but you end up throwing it about 3.
Right.
But now they throw the ball just on on first downs. They have nice pass plays. We watched a tremendous middle screen for a touchdown in the first game. Quarterback said, here's what you got to do with a middle screen. You have to sell it. Basically what you teach a quarterback to do is, especially if you get the ball in a shotgun, you catch the ball in a shotgun and you take a couple steps back, just turn and take a couple steps like your normal passing, but then you backpedal and you draw the defensive line to you. And then you have to have the intelligence and the skill to step and throw it over top of the defensive line. That's what he did for a touchdown.
And something else, being a high school coach yourself, do you see any of Chuck Smith? You and Darren did Boyle County earlier. See any Chuck Smith stamp on that middle school team that won earlier today?
I see the Chuck Smith defense.
Yeah.
I see that 4-4 look where they stack the linebackers a little bit and do that. Do a little movement in there. They shift a little bit when the offense kind of shifts their formation. They shift a little bit, and Chuck's had a heck of a career at Boyle twice.
Yes, exactly.
It's pretty neat.
Exactly. He had a run though where they won 5 straight state championships. I don't know that'll ever be duplicated.
No, it was amazing. I think Paris. Back in when was Paris was really strong years ago.
When Blanton Collier was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, these folks there, as we look at the fans over there from Corbin.
Waving at us. Yeah, they know they're on PrepSpin.
Yeah, they sure do. It's been on there for quite some time. And
the young lady in the white jacket in the top, and the lady in the red jacket. Hi, you two. You're looking good up there.
Yeah, they do. They're waving to us.
Yeah, and the person next to them. So we kind of like this. So
yeah, we enjoy doing games on PrepSpin. A lot of folks have been watching over the last few years, and the thing about it is with this deal, anybody can be on TV. As proof is in the pudding right there.
Right now, if you have any questions or want any shout outs, do you use your phone and go to @PrepSpin on Twitter if you have a Twitter account. And William will pick those up, and our producer and
he's
extraordinaire, and he'll let us know.
He's phenomenal.
And we can say hello to your grandma, granddad, uncle, aunt, whomever.
Right. Well, Corbin is dominating. Unfortunately, we have a player down. It's been this is going on about 10 or 15 minutes right now.
Yeah, I know. We're concerned. You would think that. Well, we'll see. Hopefully he's going to be okay.
And the thing is, it was like a fumble, so it was a pile up there. So obviously something happened, when that pile up started, and something happened. And I think we don't want to speculate. We're not doctors, so last time I checked, I'm not Dr. Kildare, so I don't want to speculate. But this young man's definitely got some type of injury that they're going to have to probably. There is a ton of people out there working on that young man right now, Coach, and they're probably going to have they called a squad yet? Is there a medical squad?
We don't know,
yet?
But there is a fire station, an ambulance very close to here.
Yeah, you live out this way, Coach.
Yeah, oh yeah, I live 5 minutes away.
Did you walk over here today?
I could have. It was a little too cold and rainy.
Why don't you ride your bike or something?
No, it's still cold and rainy. I drove my pickup. So.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the invite by Mr. Warfield and Mr. Douglas.
That 5 state championships
yes, sir.
Be equal if Belfry gets there.
Yes, Belfry is going for their 5-time state champ. The thing about it, guys, what you love about Belfry is the head coach, Philip Haywood.
Yeah.
Such a classy guy, winningest coach in high school football, ever. ever history, and he's such a class guy. But, okay, Coach, trivia. You're Lexington football. Where did Philip Haywood of Belfry start his high school coaching career?
Tates Creek.
Meade County High School.
Really?
And then the job came open that he wanted to move to, so then he went to Tates Creek.
Yeah.
But he has been an institution. And Darren Douglas, is that one of your favorite football stadiums, is Belfry down there?
I haven't been there yet, but they've been after us to come up
Yeah,
and do a game.
Belfry's been wanting PrepSpin to come there and do a game, and we can only do one game a week. We can't be at multiple places. But let's take a look at some highlights, Coach, because they're still waiting. I don't know if we're waiting on an ambulance. Waiting on an ambulance or something. We got to be waiting.
A lot of waves again over there.
Yeah, but these folks, they're happy. They're happy they're on TV over there. We don't know, but we will run some highlights. They want to see their players in action too. I tell you what, so far, Coach, with 6:48 in the first half, it's been the Longmire show.
It's been the Longmire show. He's done a little bit of everything. We saw him kick. He kicked a really nice onside kick.
He's run it in twice, and let's take a look at these highlights. Talking about number 13, of course, Travion Longmire. That's Mills, the quarterback, with the keeper there, and I tell you, he's zigging and zagging.
Nice, carries the ball really high and tight like he's supposed to, and carries the ball right down the field.
All these kids can run the ball, but that was the quarterback, Seth Mills. There's Mills again.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, he's a good runner too. Some pretty good job of tackling in there to hold him. And then
just give it to 13, Longmire.
Nice cut to the outside, but again, 22 with that block, Gary.
Right, yeah.
Just a super job of blocking.
Yeah, the squad is here to attend to this player. Unfortunately, that's a part of football. And here's a nice return here coming by Allen.
Allen does a nice job turning, outruns his blockers and still gets yardage. Way to go, Allen.
And then that was a nice job there by Corbin's Sevier to save that touchdown.
Another drive there. Good job of tackling again. There, nice job with one of the big men for TK Stone.
Yeah, that was Dukes, Chad Dukes, number 59, making that play. Here's Mills again.
He's a smooth guy. He follows his blocks, and again, nice job by the blocker.
Yeah,
I got to remember his name. 22 for
that's Jackson.
Jackson, got to remember that. Jackson, nice job.
There's Longmire. It's not hard to remember him.
No,
he did everything. He ran the 2 scores in. Had the great catch over on the far side to set up that run here late.
I'm impressed with his speed.
There's
too.
the botched snap or whatever. Just fumbled the snap back to the punter.
Yeah, but you know what? Again, the punter, he fumbled the snap, but he fell on it right away.
Yeah.
A lot of punters try to pick the ball back up again, and that really gives the ball to the other team.
There's Longmire again.
Mr. Longmire. Around the corner, nice acceleration. The out of bounds got him. This is the one down on the goal line here.
And then, of course, we had the fumble recovery on the handoff to Jonathan Jackson as he tried to run it in. That's what we're about ready to take a look at here. You see.
This is the option play.
Oh, yeah, that's the big that's a big touchdown by the big fullback Sevier, Carter Sevier.
Nice job.
So Sevier with the score. They got a stable of backs.
Here's the option.
Yeah, you liked that play, didn't you?
I did. I think they need to work on getting that running back out front of the. We used to call it 3 and 3. Be 3 yards back, 3 yards outside.
Here's the onside kick. Yep.
Look at that ball bounce. Perfect. You don't get.
And guess who recovered that? Your guy, 22.
22. He's been all over the field. I'm telling you.
JJ
Jackson.
Our man Jackson.
Action Jackson.
Yeah, that's right. That. He was a Johnny on the spot, wasn't he?
Action Jackson.
There's that catch I was talking about.
Nice
well, Longmire waited for that ball too, didn't he?
Right.
He throws that out in front of him. He leads him with that pass. Although he threw a nice pass, that would have been a touchdown.
Right.
And then here's the fumble by Jackson. Ball a little slippery maybe. They were checking the football earlier, so, we got any kind of update on that, Coach?
No.
I mean, they changed the football. There was a big discussion about the football they were using earlier.
Right.
And that's where it happened. The man at the bottom of the pile there
like 59,
is our young man that's down, and he's an outstanding player. Dukes, Chad Dukes. If that's him for sure, we don't want to. Are we for sure 100% that's 59, William?
It looks like 59. Again, it's a pile up. There's a lot of body weight on top of them there.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. And we have 648.
That's not him, though.
Yeah, so the squad is here to help this young man off, and we've had some concerned folks here in the stands, and appreciate you watching here on PrepSpin on high definition. William Warfield's our producer as always, King of Stream. Darren Douglas will have the call of the next game, and boy, that'll be a good one between Cottle and Johnson County. That's, of course, Johnson Central's middle school. And I tell you what, Coach, saw them at the Commonwealth Gridiron Bowl State Finals last year, talking about Johnson Central. They might have been the best team I saw there last year in the state, in all 6 games.
I've heard that. And years ago, they had that J.J. Jude, remember, to set a lot of records and state champion in wrestling.
Right.
So they come up with some really good athletes.
If I'm not mistaken, J.J. Jude, I don't think he ever lost a wrestling match, did he, Darren? He did?
Senior year, he was undefeated.
I think so.
Senior year was undefeated. That's what I meant, his senior year. But what about his career? How many did he lose? You're the wrestling official.
I don't think he lost any.
I'd heard he hadn't lost any, Darren. Oh, he did? Okay. See, Darren covers those wrestling. You do the PA, don't you, for the so he does the announcing over there. So when I need a wrestling question, I confer to the wrestling guy,
but
Darren Douglas.
Not wrestling.
Right, no, it's wrestling. Let's wrestle.
No. He's the expert in wrestling, not wrestling.
Hey, we've wrestled a few times up here in this press box,
Lord,
but we've never wrestled up here in the press box.
In my household, I wasn't the expert.
Right. Kyle or Ryan? Your mother, yeah. That's right.
All right, the rescue squad is here, and they're taking their time with them. I am very familiar with the situations on the field
and the protocol.
They're extremely careful. They do not take any chances. I've seen players saying, "No, I'm okay. I just want to go home. I'm okay. I want to go back on the field." And these people say, "No, you are not. You're going to do what we tell you to do."
Well, this is middle school. How many of you had say, "I want my mommy"?
Well, I've never heard that before.
Okay.
I've never heard that before.
But a lot of them want their mom. You know, they want their dad. Whatever.
That's okay. I mean,
yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay, let's. We were talking a little football. Let's bring up a sore subject. What about them Boone County Rebels, man?
Now, why do we bring that up?
I just do it intentionally.
William, he always has to reference my.
Let me tell you why. I was texting my son in Florida. All right. And I said it's a sad state of affairs when Dunbar, out of 33 teams in 6A, I think it's 33, Dunbar was 26th and Boone County was 28th. Now,
so Boone's ranked below Dunbar, who hasn't won a game.
Right. And if
Boone won one game.
But if you remember years ago, they were like usually number 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the state many years. And it's just, why does that happen? I think it's diluting the talent, building new schools, do you think?
I think that's a big part of it. And, I think they, Boone County, like you said, in the 80s and 90s were dominant, were powerhouse, always ranked in the among the top and elite. But, they're not the only school that's fallen. I mean, there's other schools that have fallen from grace. But you're right, Boone has dropped off so much. And the thing about it is it's not just football. They dropped off in boys basketball. They've dropped off in baseball. They dropped off in girls' sports. Of course, in girls' sports, you got to realize who they had as the girls' coach, Nellie Fuchs, for all those years. And Nell Fuchs brought that program up to a level that they might not ever see again. And also, you got to look at the coaching. Owen Houck, your good buddy.
Yeah.
Owen Houck brought that football program up to a level that Boone hadn't had much success in football until Houck out there in the 70s and in the 80s. And of course, then along came a kid in 91, 92 by the name of Sean Alexander. He put them not only on the Kentucky map, he put them on the national map.
Yeah, they beat me like a tied goat a few times, I'll tell you.
Well, what parts of you were tied up, Coach? I mean, was it your
I was tied, man. I was hog-tied.
Now, were those everybody in Corbin's watching. Were those all you folks down in Corbin, we appreciate you watching. You're Red Hounds.
Hey, how you doing over there? We're looking at you.
How you doing, Corbin?
We have the lady. There's the lady in the gray sitting beside the lady with the dark coat and the red, and there's somebody in the red. And then it looked like a minute ago when he took his hood off, Mr. Clean over there sitting next to him.
Hey, William Warfield, you've had a long, and we're certainly not downplaying this. It's been a pretty good injury, but you've had a long injury delay when Coach Mina's giving play-by-play on the people sitting in the stands.
Mr. Clean took his hoodie off a minute ago and stood up, and I tell you.
Yeah.
Hey, let's. Okay, we're talking about these teams. We talked about Corbin a little bit.
Yes, sir.
TK Sloan feeds E-Town. E-Town's had a pretty good program,
too. Oh, yes.
Too.
Was it you? No, Darren Douglas and I went down there, a couple years ago, and in the playoffs and did a game between Lexington Catholic and E-Town. And E-Town was probably favored going into that game, but Lexington Catholic, that was the year they went on to the state finals that year. But they had a really good football team, and that was a terrific game. They, we appreciate the hospitality down there at Elizabethtown, and ended up being a pretty good game.
Right, and a really pretty town, a nice city, too.
Who else quarterbacked at Elizabethtown High School?
Oh, man.
I know Darren knows. Good friend of ours here at PrepSpin. Billy Ransdale.
Oh, Billy Ransdale, that's right. Yeah.
Billy Ransdale was a quarterback at Elizabethtown.
Boy, I tell you what, he was a heck of a quarterback.
Yes, he was. And, okay, tonight we got time here. It looks like they finally got the kid up on the gurney. Goodness gracious, the young man's up on a gurney, and they're taking him off here up on a. They got him. What, William?
He just gave the high sign, guys.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, he gave that good job.
Good for him, yeah. You got his thumbs up over there.
Corbin leads here. If you're just tuning in, they lead 22-0. Longmire's been sensational. Coming up, Darren Douglas and Coach, you going to do color on?
I'm going to do every game I can. I love this.
Caudill, Johnson Central. Then it'll be Corbin and Bowling Green. I'll be back with that. I got to commit. Then Darren will have the last two: Farnsley, Johnson County 8th grade, and North Pulaski. I know Darren's looking forward. I know Darren and you are looking forward to that North Pulaski South Warren game.
I would like that. That's a battle. Warren County, Bowling Green, that area. Boy, they play some good football.
Well, they sure do. Bowling Green. But the thing is, if Bowling Green does get back to, I almost said back to Kroger Field. It's the first time they played at Kroger Field. But if they get back to the state championships, that would mean what, Coach, for Bowling Green? A little trivia there.
What, 5 in a row?
Well, here's the thing. Are they in the same bracket with Covington Catholic, or are they in opposite brackets? Talking about Bowling Green.
I think they're in the
same. I think they are too. So if they get back to their wins, one of those, they would have upset in my opinion, the number one team in the state.
Well, whoever wins
Catholic.
that might just win it all.
Exactly. So that's what's coming up at the high school level. Here we had an injury to a young man, and what we're hearing, folks, we don't want to speculate. We're not doctors or anything, and we're not speculating here. But what we're hearing, Coach, is it was a collarbone. Is that right, William? Is that what you heard? It appears it was a collarbone situation. So that's kind of good news, because that means it wasn't anything to the neck or concussion or anything like that, Coach. So
and again,
the collarbone will heal.
Yeah, you can see the TK Sloan team is applauding the ambulance as it goes by. Their buddy,
there goes
in the ambulance.
There goes the squad, Lexington Fire Department. Well, those folks work hard, don't they?
They do, and they do a great job. And again, this facility here at Bryan Station is right near the interstate and pretty darn close to a fire station down on North Broadway there. So pretty close. Again, they'll start this game as soon as they get these kids warmed back up again. They're going to take a few minutes to make sure the teams are ready.
And, showing a lot of class here. The Corbin coaching staff was out there with that young man, too. Are we pretty sure it was Dukes, 59? Coach?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So
yeah.
they were
I
out
don't
there.
see him on the sideline.
The Corbin staff was out there also. That's a lot of class. Right
I see a lot of good sportsmanship in these games. I noticed a couple of times where players of the opposite team helped people up that they tackled and so on. And I think we need to see that.
And that's coaches. That's the coaching job. That matriculates down to the players. If the head coach of any level is kind of a then the players are going to be there. If the head coach is classy, then you're going to see guys helping other guys up.
Right, and I coached high school football for about 35 years, and almost all the coaches that I ran into were that kind of person.
Right.
They care about the kids. They care about the sport and the integrity of the sport, and that's what I'm seeing here.
What was that, about a 20, 25-minute delay there, Coach?
At least, yeah.
At least. So we're set with 6:48. Remember, they got the fumble recovery, did Stone. So they've got the football now, if you left us. So they have the football. And they give it now to Allen. Allen around the right side. Allen running hard and hit hard at about the 20-yard line. Maybe he got about a half a yard maybe.
Right. He's getting up slow, too, or one of the other players is getting up a little slow here. He's fine, though. He jumped up.
That was the running back.
He's mad, but he's back in the huddle, and he's not happy.
That was Strand, the other running back. Was he throwing a block out there?
He's throwing a block, and he's mad.
Clock running now, 6 minutes, 18 to go. First half, 22-0 Corbin, and E-Town has it second down. Quarterback rolling. He's going to pitch it now to Allen. Allen cuts it back up, and he is going to be ball coming out of their strip.
It looks like
it is.
No, it looks like me like TK Sloan got the ball.
Yeah, Stone. He's able to jump back on it on that handoff to Allen.
Once the ball pulled out of his hand, good job by 42 for Corbin.
Yeah, and Evan Poore was there as well, number 5 for the Red Hounds. So 3rd down and about 6.
Yeah, Carter Seaver was the one that pulled it out of his hands that yanked it loose.
Yeah, he's had a touchdown tonight too, as Carter.
Strong.
5 minutes, 34 seconds, first half action. And behind Travion Longmire, Corbin leads TK Stone out of Elizabethtown 22-0. Gary Ball, Coach Mike Meehan, William Warfield producing, Darren Douglas alongside here. The entire crew takes a cast of thousands, doesn't it?
It does. Great facility here. Great setup by William.
And quarterback back to pass. Harris pass, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good throw.
Intended receiver over there was Jawan Montgomery.
That brings up 4th down again. You're going to be giving the ball to Corbin in good field position.
And that's not a good thing.
No, and guess who's back to return the punt?
Well, we said he's going to be busy today. Remember at the beginning of the game we said Longmire's going to be busy?
Well, he's busy so far.
He has a couple of touchdowns, caught a pass. Now he's going to return the punt here.
Kicked up.
Yep. Low punt. They kick it away from him. Bounces 40, up 45, up near midfield, and it's going to go into the 49, into territory of TK Stone. So that's where Corbin will have the ball. 5 minutes to go, first half action. What we got coming up at halftime?
We're going to have stats and talk a little bit about
I didn't know if you were going to do a break dance up here or give us some halftime entertainment, maybe stand on your head.
No.
You never know what Darren Douglas might do, so, back there. So what's he got in store for us? But we'll have the halftime. By the way, we want to thank WL Stats for providing all the stats for us.
They really do help us out a lot. And also,
that
beef jerky.
That dryer in the background, Coach has got his shirts back there drying. So, yeah, Darren. Handoff, and it's going to be the quarterback, Mills. Boy, he's still running.
Nice
and
run.
Mills, my goodness, Coach, you talked about this young man and his ball-carrying abilities, and he picked up about 15 on that one.
Watch him cut back. Now, I'll tell you this. He's carrying the ball a little low on his body there on the outside, so if TK Stone can get a hold of that ball and knock it loose, it would help him get a little turnover action.
I believe Darren said Cub-Cath and Bowling Green would meet in the semi. State semis. That's what we predicted.
Game that would
That's
be.
what we predicted.
Whoa.
That would be the semifinal game if they get that far.
Sun's out here at Bryan Station.
Yeah, how about that? It's a cold day though, 40 degrees a game. Here's Mills, tucks it again. Mills, and he's still down to the 27-yard line. Boy, this Seth Mills. Man, there's so many weapons back there, Coach. Pick your poison if you're TK Stone. You say, man, who do we stop? All those kids can run the football.
Yeah, there's a penalty on that play. Actually, a pretty good tackle by Vincent Norman on that play. But, again, there's a flag and a little discussion by the officials here.
Yeah, they're talking about it, the Whitecap.
Right.
4:19 to go. We play 8-minute quarters in middle school football. These are the Kentucky Middle School State Football Championships here from Bryan Station High School. Coach, I remember
that's a big one, Gary.
Yeah, that's a huge one. It's going to be
personal foul.
Unsportsmanlike. 50, you're right, personal foul, 15-yarder would take them all the way back to the 43. Coach, I remember they used to play all these games at Lexington Catholic. They started over at Catholic. Darren was telling me about it. They moved it here. Was it last year? A couple, 3 years ago, they moved it here to Bryan State. What about tomorrow? Those all played here too? So get out and enjoy some great middle school football championships.
It's an advantage to play here for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a beautiful facility. Secondly, it's right next to the interstate.
And it's your old stomping ground. Longmire with a handoff. Longmire, and what a nice tackle there.
No, he got loose.
Oh, he did. He had him, and he let him go. Longmire says, I'm not going down. 30. Longmire down to the near sideline, still going 10-5, and they're going to call, touchdown. Man, I thought he was stopped up here. We got to take a look at that again. His forward progress looked like it might have been stopped up here.
I know, but he broke loose. He got loose from that. Longmire's just doing it all.
Well, let's look. I want to look at that again because if his forward progress was stopped, but there was no flag or no Whistle. So let's look at that again. That's the advantage of replay.
Give him a little sweep around the
left
side.
All right, here we go. Right here. All right,
nice
he's got him.
Okay.
Oh,
no,
all right, Coach.
Loose.
What a great job.
He spun loose.
Longmire showing that strength, and he takes it the distance,
and
breaking
speed.
tackle after tackle. My goodness. That's a highlight reel.
Right, that's a big highlight. So they're going to go for 2 again.
I thought, Coach, we should have got a number on that young man that had him because he had him stopped. Let him go. Let him out.
Now we got a timeout.
3:45 here in the what do you call a timeout on a 2-point conversion?
I don't think they had the right personnel in or something. Actually, I think they had 10 men on the field.
So what, Longmire 3 touchdowns today already?
3 touchdowns. And
the 2-point conversion.
Quite a bit. Here's again.
I still think right here, right there, right there, I still think they might have should have stopped that play. Debatable, but
it's
close.
Debatable.
What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd take more than one person in on the tackle to stop that play. So,
and his teammates obviously thought that they had him, so they kind of stopped.
Yeah.
The TK Stone teammates.
He used that speed to get back around the corner.
Yeah, we've looked at it
side.
a couple times for you TK Stone fans and Corbin fans. Any way you look at it, Longmire's a stud.
Yeah, you got to hold on to him. You got to gang tackle him, get a few people in there on the tackle. So
28-0, 3:45.
Yeah, 3:45 to go in the third period. It's 28-0, or 28 in the second period. I'm sorry, 28-0. Now they're coming back out again, so going for the 2-point conversion. Yeah.
Well, if you're Stone, you're thinking 13's probably going to get the ball, but if you're Corbin, you're probably not going to give it to 13.
Well, you've got the quarterback can run the football.
You got
well
Mills,
too.
you got also Sevier. I mean, who are we forgetting out there? Motion, but you got Jackson who's in motion. And quarterback Mills looks, throws back over the middle, and it is caught. The 2-point conversion is good.
That is a nice throw.
Really
nice throw.
It was Colby Johnson who hauled that one in. Colby Johnson. Here it is. What a throw.
That was a superb throw. A small window, a very small window. Quarterback got his shoulders around. If you watch that, if you people that follow football follow quarterbacks, when you roll to your left, the key to that throw is to zip your shoulders around and deliver the football. Make a nice step. Get that front shoulder as your aiming shoulder, and then just zip the ball in, and that was a perfect throw.
Well, it's 30-0, Coach, and I believe it's just the same as high school rules. They got the Mercy rule, middle school too. What is it, 35 or
over 35? First point over 35.
So here's another. We're taking a look at that again, but look at this throw. I agree with you, Coach. What a super throw. Back in coverage there was Montgomery. He was right there, and another defender was there, but there you see 5 Montgomery.
William, if you ever get a chance to show that again in slow-mo, so we can take a look at the steps of that quarterback and the way he got his shoulders around, it's pretty amazing. Maybe in the highlights we can show that.
I will say this right now. Cottle and Johnson County will not start at 1 o'clock since it's almost 1 o'clock now. So that'll probably start more like 1:30. And then coming after that, it'll be the 7th grade Corbin Bowling Green game. I'll be calling that one with you, Coach. And then Darren will have the last 2 ball games with you here from the middle school state championships. Great job working with Coach Mike Meehan as always. And join us for high school Commonwealth Gridiron Bowl playoff action Friday, November. Well, I got a busy list on my broadcast schedule next week. I'm calling I've got the ball report taping Monday night. I'm calling the soccer state championships for the KHSAA Wednesday and Thursday, playoff football game Friday, and the soccer state championship game, the finals, Saturday night.
And who will that be?
What's that? Well, they got to play Wednesday and Thursday to decide who plays Saturday.
Who will that be?
Won't be Dunbar. They got beat.
I heard that.
I know you, but we both like Todd Brett, your buddy Todd. Here's the short kick. The thing about Longmire is they've been doing everything short as far as kicking for Corbin. They haven't kicked anything deep.
No. Again, that onside kick worked very well in the first quarter. So, and again, we're down to 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Remember, we had a long delay because of an injury here, and so we're still in the second quarter of the football game.
Yeah, it was about a 30-minute delay because of that injury, I believe it was, Coach. So at the 45, Stone will have it. Their quarterback, of course, is Isaiah Harris. Harris out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, looking, getting pressure. He eludes it and throws it just to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. Trying to dump it off to Todd Allen. Todd Allen dropped it, but that's incomplete. And I tell you, all kinds of pressure coming there by the Corbin Redhounds.
They did. They broke through the line of scrimmage, put a lot of pressure. And I thought the quarterback did a really good job of getting rid of that football, and he threw it low at the feet so that it wouldn't be intercepted. And I think he just did that intentionally.
3 minutes and 37 seconds. That stops the clock here on that incompletion. 30-0. It's been all Corbin here in this middle school state championship game. Of course, there's 4 games tomorrow, right?
4 games tomorrow.
4 state championship game. Here's the slide. They give now the running back Allen, and he bounces it in. What a great pursuit tackle there by Longmire.
Longmire came from deep safety. Now, he's playing center field. There's no question. He's playing at least 12 yards back from the line of scrimmage, and he absolutely came all the way up there to make that tackle. So it's 3 minutes and 14 seconds and counting, and it looks like that on 3rd and long that TK Sloan's got to come up with something.
3rd down and 7. Harris slides right, and he gives now to Strand, and he is going to be knocked backwards and lose a ton of yards back inside the 40-yard line. Wow, to be 4th and long with just 2 minutes and 46 seconds to go. And there you see the running back Strand, and Coach.
Number 5 for Corbin. Let's see.
That's Evan Poore.
Poore did a super job of stringing that play out, turning the play back inside, and still making the tackle himself. The key to that guy coming up, number 5, is keep your outside shoulder free, Gary. Don't let him get to your outside. Make sure that you try to keep him in there.
Yep.
And then just turn him in and make the tackle.
Of course, if Corbin gets another score here, we'll have a running clock in the second half because they lead 30-0. And they do not punt it. They run it, they get nothing. So Strand will be stopped, and that will be Corbin taking over at the 42. So they'll have only 42 yards to go, and that's been pretty easy for them so far in this game, Coach.
Yeah, they're mixing the quarterback running the ball and Longmire running the football, and a little taste of a pass periodically, and they're a pretty good football team.
And, Coach, when you coached at the high school level, you knew the feeders, schools in Lexington would be feeding you the kids. I'm talking about Jesse Clark for you at Dunbar, and maybe what were the other middle schools? Leestown. So you went to those games, and then when you saw a player like, here's give up and that's quarterback Mills tucking it, and he gets about 4, you wanted to make sure those kids were happy and got up to your program, and you also wanted to make sure that a kid like Longmire was had a very good home life.
You're right, and you have to check into those things. But the problem in Lexington, and people know this, is we could not at Dunbar go and tell Beaumont to run our offense and our defense because their kids went to Lafayette too.
Right. Handoff, give to the big fullback, and that's Carter Sevier, and he gets down close to first down yardage to 31. We have 1:30 to go in the first half.
Right, and Corbin's taking their time. They have a big lead here, and they're just taking their time.
So first down by the Redhounds, being led today by Travion Longmire. 1st and 10, 1:22 to go. First half action, 30-0 Corbin on top of Stone out of Elizabethtown. TK Stone. Handoff goes to the Mills, and he takes it all the way down. Mills to the 23-yard line.
I like the way Mills runs, but again, I'm gonna be a little picky here. He needs to get that ball high and tight on his front side. He's hanging that ball down around his waist and swinging it, and that could, in a crucial situation, that could cause him a problem.
I'll tell you, go forth, and also I saw out there, it looked like Ryan Gambrell. Boy, those offensive linemen really powering off. Here's Mills, fakes, tucks. Mills back inside, and he's to the down to the 5-yard line. Inside close to the 5.
That was a good run, too.
Good run by Mills, and they're going to stop the clock with 36 seconds. Here's the replay on that one. Mills, everybody thought Longmire was getting it.
Wow. Yeah, nice job. 18 make the tackle.
Yeah, you got 57 in there, Yates, and also you got Gavin Allen.
Ryder Gregory came in to make saving tackle, saved the touchdown.
I was talking about that great offensive line.
Oh, they're tough.
Man,
yeah.
those guys are good. There's big number 76, big number 57. There's Zach Yates. 36 seconds. They actually marked that ball at about the 8-yard line. So first and goal.
And a timeout.
Timeout with Corbin on top, 30-0. As we said, we've been giving you the schedule. Coming up after this one to be Caudill against Johnson County. Corbin, Bowling Green, and Darren, when you do that Caudill game, you have to give a shout-out to David Hensley's parents. They're going to be watching. He sent me a text, said his mom and dad wanted to make sure that PrepSpin was broadcasting the games because they'll be watching.
And Caudill is where? Does anybody know? You know where Caudill is?
They're in Richmond.
Richmond?
Yeah, exactly. It's in Richmond, Kentucky. All right, let's see what the Red Hounds do here. Mills slides right, and he gives, and that's going to be Longmire. Another touchdown for Longmire. 8-yard TD, his 4th touchdown in the first half.
That's amazing. And
Kid's pretty good.
Pretty darn good. And, you know, if he was just running touchdowns, that would be good enough.
He's making tackles.
He's making tackles.
He's returning punt. He's kicking. He's kicked onside kicks that they recovered. I mean, Lordy, I think he drove the bus down here.
Probably did. Should be a running clock. Yeah.
So, 36-0, be a running clock in the second half. So, we'll have a quick second half, and then we'll have the ball game immediately after Caudill and Johnson County. Darren Douglas will be on the call of that one with Coach Meehan.
Loving it.
36-0. They're going for two again to give it back left inside, and that's one of the backup backs there, and that's Jonathan Jackson. They say get JJ in on the scoring barrage here as he gets the 2-point conversion.
JJ's been pretty busy too this football game.
Yep. So Jackson with the 2-point, and it's 38-0 with the running clock here between. And I tell you what, as good as Elizabethtown is, and as good as Corbin is here today, this score. A score never surprises me that one team is up 38-0, but the margin always surprises me because this Stone team's had a great season this year.
Yeah, and they we don't know exactly what their route was to get here.
Right.
But if you get here, that means you're a good football team.
That's exactly right.
Again, there's just too much Corbin and there's too much Longmire.
I'm impressed with Corbin, Coach, and I tell you what, they're well coached. Their offensive line is sensational. And their running backs are sensational. When you talk about the quarterback, you've already referenced Seth Mills, the quarterback. Then you got, of course, you got Travion Longmire, 4 touchdowns. He had 63 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then you talk about Jonathan Jackson. And then you talk about, Carter Sevier. My goodness, Coach, who do you stop?
That's true. And what about their defense holding a really good team to 0 to a big goose egg in the first half?
32 seconds to be in. Here is another short kick, and one of the players from TK Stone will pounce on it, and let's see what they try to do here. Down 38-0. The clock will run, as we said, running clock. So they'll try to get a playoff here, I think. Yep. Takes them a little while to get out there, of course, down to 22 seconds.
That was Wyatt McAdams. Let's give him some credit following on that ball. The little guy decided, no,
good job.
We've had too many problems with these kicks. I'm going to just fall on this thing.
Good job, Mr. McAdams. 10 seconds, and I'm not sure TK Stone will even run the play. They may just let that's what the coach is saying. Let's head to the halftime, guys, and that's what they're going to do. So we are at halftime, and it is all Corbin, and there's sensational player Travion Longmire with 4 touchdowns in that first half and a 2-point conversion and a few tackles as well. We're at halftime, and the Corbin Red Hounds lead TK Stone 38-0 here at the Kentucky Middle School State Championships with Coach Mike Meehan, William Moorfield with Darren Douglas. Gary Ball will come back with halftime here, 38-0. Corbin on top of TK Stone here at halftime.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Sitters are here. I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave. safe.
Man to man?
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
Okay, you're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
All S, all P, all O, R-T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky. By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
And welcome back. We do want to thank, of course, Mingy Beef Jerky with one of our great sponsors, and also Whitaker Bank there, all of the sponsors here. Coach, I know you've got the stats there that you can look at here as we've got about 3 or 4 minutes before they started the second half. But I tell you what, we know what the story was in that first half, don't we? Rushing yardage.
Rushing yardage, Corbin and Longmire. 23 carries for 278 yards total offense for Corbin. 11 carries, 8 yards total. Yeah. No, actually, 8 yards, I think, for TK Stone. Maybe -8. I don't know. It didn't look like they were getting much going.
No.
And then if you look at the individual, you mentioned it, Longmire has 114 yards, but Seth Mills has 138 yards.
Yeah, the quarterback.
Yeah, the difference is, though, Longmire has 4 TDs. Carter Seaver has 1 for Corbin. So really good job by Longmire. And we noticed the way he's running the football. He's got all the skills. He's got the speed. He's got a good cutback. We saw him break tackles. It looked like one time he was totally stopped and still broke the tackles.
Yeah, that was incredible. It looked like he was stopped. He also kicks off. He kicks off. He returns punts.
Right. He had 1 reception for 39 yards.
That was a great catch. He came back for that one.
Yeah, so he's doing a little bit of everything. And again, TK Stone's a little bit outmatched in that skill level, maybe in the size of the players from Corbin too.
Okay, quick question. Okay, as good as Longmire is here at the middle school level, How will that translate for that young man to the varsity high school football level?
Well, a lot of it depends on exactly how he fits into the offense that they're going to run at Corbin.
Good point.
And it also on how he develops as a player, strength-wise. The difference between there's a big difference between the step from middle school to high school,
right?
And the biggest difference is size and strength.
I will say this: from what I've seen out here today, he'll be a very good freshman player.
He'll be a very good freshman player, and they'll get him in the weight room and build his body up a little bit where he can go ahead and take the licks and deliver the licks and so on.
As a freshman, I would predict that he could play some at the varsity level.
He will, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure they'll keep him busy, keep him happy.
Yeah.
I wanted to jump down here real quick, Gary, and look
sir.
at the tackles because we talked about how good their defense is. Well, Evan Poore has 3.5 tackles for Corbin.
Right.
Ryan Gambrell has about 2 tackles. Peace and Longmire also is in on the tackles with 1 or 2.
Yep.
And then when you look at TK Sloan, Aguirre has 4 tackles, so he's been all over the field.
Yeah, we've called his name.
Doctor has 3 tackles, and Prather and Vincent Norman with 1 each.
Well, there's more than one doctor in the house. We got Dr. Dre running the sound system over there.
Right.
So.
And if you would, you're really good at this. If you could do
yes, sir. Thank you. At least I'm good at something, right?
You're very good at that.
Okay, this is how the scoring got going for Corbin. It was Longmire, Tavion, a 5-yard TD run. Then Longmire's 2-point conversion made it 8-0. And that came at the 6:45 mark of the first quarter. 2:41 to go in the first period. Corbin's Longmire, this time, Coach, a little longer, 27-yard TD run. And then Longmire's rush failed at that point. It was 14-0 Corbin. Then in the set to 7:38, just to start the second quarter, Carter Sevier, 5-yard TD run. Seth Mills, 2-point conversion, made it 22-0 Redhounds. 3:45 mark. Here's Longmire coming back again, a 43-yard touchdown run, and Colby Johnson's pass from Seth Mills. What a great pass. He really zinged that one in there. Coach made a reference to that pass, said that was a super pass, and it was. And at that point, it was 30-0 Redhounds. Just 32 seconds to go before intermission. It was Longmire back with another one of 4 TD rushes by Mr. Longmire in the first half, the sensational player, and then Jonathan Jackson's 2-point conversion. And that's where we stand here at halftime, 38-0. And, of course, you already referenced it as well, Coach Meehan. About 30-minute delay there with the injury. The medical squad actually took the young man off the field here. You saw on the great – by the way, is there anybody better than William Warfield producing and making it look as good as it does?
It's good. And don't forget William. He's also not only manning the instant replay.
He's running the camera.
But he's also manning his Twitter account. So we had a Steve Bramble, I think was the name. We want to thank you for watching. He's enjoying the broadcast from the first game and the second game.
Yeah.
If you have a comment, if you want to compliment the way that this broadcast is, or compliment any of our sponsors, if you like Mingy Beef Jerky.
We accept compliments only, no negativity.
Right. If you just want a shout out
just kidding.
To someone.
Yeah, send us a tweet on that at PrepSpin.com, or you can even
At PrepSpin
on Twitter. William Warfield will relay it to us, and we'll give you a shout out on the air. I tell you what, there was a lot of folks during that injury over there on the Corbin sideline. They were waving at folks watching them back in Corbin. They were, especially those young ladies up there. See, there they are now. You got the one with the hot chocolate or coffee next to the one they got little red toboggans on, and then the camouflage there. And then below them, the lady with the ball cap. They were all What's that, William? There's a couple.
That looks like
there's a couple.
Yeah, looks like a couple sitting there that look like they just got off the deer stand and they're coming out to watch the game. In between shots at the deer, they got their full camouflage on.
Yeah, but they're right now, of course, they're happy because they're up 38-0 as our Corbin fans are looking at. So we're just about a couple minutes away from the second half. And, Coach, if you're TK Stone, we've been on both sides of the ledger here. We've had big wins, been down big. What do you tell your football team if you're TK Stone and their head coach, Leonard Brown?
You got to play football. He wants to know, William wants you people to go to Twitter at PrepSpin and let us know what your favorite tailgate food is. We're sitting up here. It's around noon. It's after 1 o'clock, actually. We're getting a little hungry for lunch up
nice
here.
And comfy here in the press box. William Warfield brought us heater up here, so we got a heater up here in the press box.
We want you to know. We want you to let us know what your favorite tailgate gate food. Mine's chicken wings. I love chicken wings.
I love chicken wings. That's my favorite. I like chicken wings, and I tell you what, tailgating though. I know they'll be tailgating tonight at Kroger Field. Hey, it's Kroger Field, so what will Kroger bring in tonight? Are they going to go Krogering?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I like dip too. So, yeah, Velveeta cheese, salsa. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, he's making me hungry, Coach.
Velveeta. You got to use Velveeta too.
He's making me hungry over there. Well, we're just about sad. It's been Corbin and TK Stone out of Elizabethtown, and right now the Red Hounds lead 38-0. We have a running clock here in the second half. But don't go away. A great day of middle school. Well, I've done high school for 30 years, so I'm going to say high school one time. Okay, Caudle takes on Johnson County in them Kentucky Middle School State Championships coming up after this one. Darren Douglas will have a call of that one. I'll be back with the Corbin Bowling Green game, coach of the 7th grade Kentucky Middle Schools, and then the last two, Farnsworth will take on Johnson County, North Pulaski, and South Warren. As we said, a full slate of middle school championship football coming up.
And we're running behind because of the injury time that we had. But that's okay. I mean, we'll keep broadcasting, and the weather's nice now. It stopped raining. The sun periodically peeking out. So
that's turned out to be. It is a cold day, though. We know that it was about 39 degrees when I got here this morning, which was about 10:30. Coach, it was 39 degrees. Your first game kicked off at 10, I believe it was. Was that a 10 o'clock kickoff?
11 o'clock. 10 o'clock. It was 10 o'clock. Yeah, okay, maybe a little bit.
So Longmire's got it teed up, Coach, and he's going to.
Approaching it from the side again.
Sure is. He's going to do another onside kick here. And, of course, TK Stonehouse of Elizabethtown, they're ready for it because this will be about the 5th one.
Yeah, they got 9 out of the 11 players up there ready for the ball.
So Longmire is set to kick off. His team is set. Here's the kick. Bounces around, and let's see what they say here. It's going to be recovered by the players, a couple players down. Yeah, they're saying, well, it hit a player, though. So it hit a player.
Well, it was going to be their ball anyway because it didn't go 10 yards. The kick has to go 10 yards.
Well, it hit a player. So, right. And when it bounced, if we could see the replay, it bounced forward from him.
It did.
And the player had to be 10 yards down the field. He had to be lined up there.
Lined up, but he came forward and the ball.
I'd like to see the replay on that. Can I please see the? I'm not going to see the replay, but I'd like to see the replay. Wouldn't you, Coach?
Yeah. They got the ball. We'll see if they can do something.
And they're going to start. How about that? They're going to start with their best field position. They're going to be in Corbin territory. As we said, their quarterback, Harris, is under center. He's going to slide right, give to Allen, and he's going to be maybe get a yard or two.
Pretty good job of blocking, again, downfield, actually. He just didn't break the line of scrimmage, though. Got a couple yards on it, but again, they're aggressive now. TK Stone's aggressive. They just can't seem to overcome the size and the strength of this Corbin team.
I think Micah Sturgill's in there, 86 on that D-line for Corbin. Second down as Allen was able to pick up a yard or two on that. They are in Corbin territory. Harris gives now to Allen again, and, well, they just keep feeding it to Allen, and
he's getting a few yards. Again, it looked like, it was pretty quick, and I didn't have a chance to check.
Braden Reynolds got to stop there, number 41, Reynolds on the tackle.
It looked like an unbalanced line that time.
It did. Third down and about 7, maybe 6. 6:18 to go. We'll have a running clock with Corbin leading 38-0, 36 points. Same as high school, running clock here. So see what Mr. Harris has in store for us under his center. Third down. And ball is fumble, and let's see. Yeah, it looks like they picked it up. They did, as Corbin was able to jump back on it there, and they get 41. The ball. Yeah, that's Reynolds.
Looked like they ran a little Betsy from like a wing T look, inside handoff reverse, and the ball was not quite handled. We're going to look at a replay on that, hopefully. Take a look and see. Yes, here it comes. Again, they're in that wing formation. See the wing? They've got wings on both sides, kind of like Navy runs. They cheat him up. Yeah, that was
a double inside reverse as they tried to hand it off to Montgomery back inside, but the exchange there. That's just when trying to be too fancy comes back to haunt you.
It's a timing play run absolute to perfection by Clark County with Marty Joyce running the offense.
I tell you else over the years has run that to perfection for Thomas Highlands.
Same thing, exactly.
Yep. So first down, handoff up the gut and diving up to the midfield stripe. About 4-yard pickup. And that's
19.
That's Reams, Tate Reams. Yeah. Doctor helped out on the stop. 4 minutes, 48 seconds here in the third quarter as we update you our clock, our time, and score. Score's not able to run here on the system here at Bryan Station, but so we're updating you as periodically. 4:38, 38-0 Corbin. I know you Corbin fans down there are very happy right now.
They're excited about their team. Their team is going to go on here.
And we've got a different quarterback. That's Colby Johnson is the quarterback. Johnson, backside handoff, and that's up down to the 47, short of the first down. And we'll wait and see who that was, the backup ball carrier that time. 56 was the young man who carried that ball. That's Jacob Grayler. So Grayler with the ball carrier.
They're bringing these big guys in the backfield here.
You don't see too many 56s running the ball, do you?
No, I don't think.
Third down. As we said, we gave you the new quarterback. That's Colby Johnson.
I think there's a bunch of substitutes in there.
Yeah, they've also gotten the back now splitting to the left in the backfield is Slater Storms.
Storms is in.
Give up the middle. Close to still driving the first down marker. They may have it with the second and third effort.
Yeah, I believe they did. It depends on the spot here. Yep, first
that was the same running back, Grayler, that ran the big number 56. He got the second and third effort, got the first down. Boy, that clock is running fast, approaching 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 38-0. As we said, coming up right after this one will be Caudill and Johnson County.
Yeah, they're going to probably get that game started pretty quickly too. So.
Yeah, to keep it flowing here. And they give it around the right side.
Nice
yeah, Storms the ball carrier, and good play there turned in by Stone. And nice job there by Strand, Keandre Strand.
Strand just came up from his linebacker position and jumped all over that play. Yeah, I like that Strand young man. I watched him come in and out of the game at certain points, and he lines up at that outside linebacker position and just does a great job.
So you got Grayler. Quarterback is under center this time and barking out the signals. Second down. And they gave the ball that time to Reams. Tate Reams, the ball carrier. Second time he's carried it in this game.
Yeah, pretty good job again on defense. Looks like Trey Prather in there for the tackle. Did a really nice job.
Wow, Coach, just 1:57 in the third quarter.
It's amazing. I'm looking over. Look at this on your screen. Look at the number of cheerleaders. They have more cheerleaders than they have players.
looks like Dunbar. It does. Like your high school team, they always had about 40 cheerleaders.
Oh, absolutely.
So third down here, approaching minute 39 in the third quarter. Corbin leads 38-0. And the quarterback is going to keep it this time, Johnson, and he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. The one player indicating first down, but he's forgetting that's where the first down marker's down inside the 35. He's going first down. Don't think so, young man. Yeah. That's why you're in middle school.
Yeah, he said he got by the sticks, but he got the wrong stick.
Minute 12 to go here in the third quarter.
Well,
fourth down and 10.
Taking a look across the field and team warming up over here with the black and the gold on.
That's Johnson Central, Johnson County. They wear the same colors as the high school, don't they, Darren?
Absolutely.
Yep, they all do. You just wonder how much the high school coaches influence the middle school teams. You know, you said in Lexington, Fayette County, they can't run the same stuff.
It's hard to do it. You know, it really is. But a little pitch.
Quick toss to Grayler, and Grayler's going to be dropped. And let's see who got in there to make that play. Nice job there, turned in by Vincent Norman with a nice play. So they've got a spotter over here in the other booth. We don't use a spotter here. We just use the naked eyes, don't we, Coach?
The PA announcer does a really good job.
Yes, he does. He does.
Really
I told him
good
that.
Voice. Just really good job.
Told him that earlier as well.
Enthusiastic, happy to be here.
So first down for TK Stone.
And this quarter's going to end.
Yeah, at their own 48. They've got just a couple of seconds here. They get the ball handoff, and they're not going anywhere.
Nope. Tackled by number 3 for Corbin.
Ball carrier was Keandre Strand again. That's going to do it for the third quarter. We'll come back with the final quarter here from the middle school state football championships. 38-0. Corbin on top of Stone. Coming up, it will be Cottle and Johnson County right after this one. We'll be back on PrepSpin.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
40. Second down and 12 for TK Stone. 38-0 Corbin here. Start the fourth quarter of action here from the Kentucky Middle School State Championships. Back to pass. Airs it out down the left side, and it's going to be caught down to the 40. That'll be a first down on the catch there by Stone's Trey Brown with the catch.
Trey Brown, nice job, came back for the ball. The ball was slightly underthrown toward the sideline. He came back and made a great catch, and that gives him a first down. Gives him a little bit of hope here, a little excitement for the
that was Brown helping out his quarterback there.
Yes, it was.
So good catch there by Brown on the throw there by Harris. Harris still back in that shotgun, has a running back to his left, triple receivers to the bottom. Back inside, handoff Allen. Allen trying to bounce it outside 40. Allen 35. Allen to the 30 and still on his feet, dancing 25. What a great run there by Todd Allen.
Right, finally stepped out of bounds there.
Super run.
Yeah, stepped out of bounds just
15
to 26-yard line.
15-yard pickup, Coach.
That was a nice job.
7 minutes to play. It's been all Corbin.
Corbin's in an interesting defensive look. They have a lot of substitutes in there.
Darren, who would Corbin play tomorrow? Boyle County. Well, that'd be a heck of a football game. 11 o'clock right here on PrepSpin. 11 o'clock. Corbin and Boyle. Handoff left side and down to the 20s. Breaking tackles 15. Harris, and he's going to take it to the house.
Yeah, nice job again. Corbin is in a strange defensive look. If I could call it a 5-6.
You can call it whatever you want to call it.
I'm going to call it a 5-6. They have 5 people on the line of scrimmage and then 6 people about 6 yards back lined up across the field. Take a look at this defense.
Well, I tell you, Harris did a great job on this, the quarterback. Faked it to Allen, tucked it, and he was off to the races.
Yeah.
Great cut there to 20.
One missed tackle, right, and then he's in.
Now, that's why Stone got here. They obviously got some players. Harris can play.
Yeah.
Makes it 38-6. Of course, the clock continues to run because we had the 36-point lead. Doesn't matter at this point.
Right.
So, except that'll stop at the timeout. So, timeout's the only thing that will stop at 30.
TK Sloan called a timeout.
38-6. It sure did. They're trying to run a 2-point conversion. They didn't like to set up, or either that or they didn't like the defensive alignment of Corbin.
Yeah,
one or the other. Coming up later today, a full slate of middle school championships. Cottle and Johnson County. Darren Douglas, Coach Meehan will give you that one. And then Corbin will take on Bowling Green And then the last two games, Farnsley against Johnson County, 8th grade, North Pulaski, South Warren, that'd be 8th grade. So we already know the setup tomorrow at 11, folks. What a good one, Boyle County, unless TK Stone can come back from a 38-6 deficit here with 6 minutes to play.
Right.
And there's Harris, cuts it back, and he will get it in for the 2-point conversion.
Got it in
So
there.
Harris ran the long TD run in from about 25, and then he also ran in the 2-point conversion. So 6:07 to go in this football game, and it is now Corbin 38, TK Stone 8 here, Coach. We're going to keep it right here and, of course, talk about full slate of football today and then 4 games tomorrow.
Big game tonight here in Lexington, a UK and Tennessee game. I'll tell you what, that's a big one. I think that's a must-win game for Kentucky.
Yeah. Yeah, they would. They're 5-2. If they win that game tonight, they'd become bowl eligible with their 6th win. And of course, last week they took it on the chin against Mississippi State. What happened last week, Coach?
Absolutely horrible.
That was a beatdown.
I saw no energy at all with that football team.
It was a beatdown.
Team.
It wasn't the same Kentucky team I've seen all year.
No, it wasn't. And again, the concern that I have is that, going into this season, we were supposed to have one of the best offensive lines in the SEC.
That hasn't developed.
And it's not developed. Well, mostly Mosier got hurt early, and he was the leader of the team.
Yeah.
But then, you had some other younger guys coming in there, and they just couldn't seem to
SEC,
get
Coach.
it done.
It's SEC
well, you have
football.
to have backup players.
Exactly. You got to have guys that can fill the plugs and fill the holes in there.
Yeah.
Just don't see that right now.
Nope. But it's a big game.
Not that we're throwing anybody under the bus.
No,
but
it's a big game for them. If they can pull this one off against Tennessee, it'll be second time in 30 years or something, 31 years.
Comes the kick by Stone, Shearer, and that's going to be short. And one of the big linemen, nice job there. He waited on it. He waited. It was Gambrell, Ryan Gambrell, big number 76. He waited, and boom, he just pounced on it.
Oh, no, I'm getting this one, man. This is my chance to handle football.
That's right.
You don't get a chance
very
often.
We've seen big number 56 carry the ball. Greer, Jacob Grayler, we've seen him carry the ball 2 or 3 times in this game. Maybe they'll put big 76 in there and let him carry a couple of them.
No, I don't know. It kind of makes your day when you do that.
That clock continues to run here with 5:37 to play in this game. And Corbin, they're definitely going to move on and take on Boyle County tomorrow morning at 11 here from Bryan Station High School. Boy, they do a good job running these Kentucky Middle School state championships.
Watch your back. Watch your back.
Kentucky Middle School Association.
Hey, there's our man, Hugh up there, Hugh Davis. Of course, he does a great job with stats. This is the Kentucky Middle School State Championships from Bryan Station. We're going to have, we had Colby Johnson running the offense earlier there, and he's back there, and he's going to hand it off, and he's going to give it to Storms, and, he's dropped immediately on a nice play there by Tyron Aguirre. Boy, Aguirre had, several tackles in that first half.
Yes, Aguirre has been probably the standout defensive player for TK Stone.
He sure has. That's at least 6 or 7 tackles, right, Coach?
Absolutely. Yeah.
For that young man. Clock continues to run. 4:42 as we see Johnson County making their way around the track here.
And the other team on the left is ready to go too.
Yeah, that will be the next one. That will be Caudle and Johnson County. Caudle coached by David Hensley, the former Dunbar football coach. His son plays there as well. And then I'll have the call after that of Corbin Bowling Green 7th grade game. Then hand off up the gut, big running back, and I believe that is Storms.
Storms, fullback.
Grayler, that's big number 56 Grayler, the ball carries.
Yeah,
as we said, they've used big number 56 Grayler. That's his 3rd or 4th carry.
Yeah, he's just a power runner.
He is. 3rd down, that was a pickup of about 3. 3rd down and 6 here. And Coach, any surprises in high school football last night around the state?
I didn't see any scores. I'm having a little, I don't want to talk about it, but I'm having a little feud with the Herald Leader. So.
Okay, gotcha.
So we'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Something going on with your subscription?
There's something going on with my stubbornness and my wife.
This young man was offside. They didn't call it, though, out here to the near side. Here's the handoff and a tackle made. Storms cut it back inside. And then I believe it was our man again. It was Aguirre again.
Aguirre in on the tackle.
Yeah.
Just really a nice job. We've got 4th down here, so clock's running. Just over 3 minutes to go in the football game. So.
Yep. 3 minutes, 10 seconds here, and it is 38-8. The lead is for Corbin. They led 38-0 at halftime. Stone has put up the only score here on a Harris 25-yard jaunt and then 2-point conversion. 2:50 to play. And that's Grayler again, and he is going to take it down to the 41. So Grayler there, and he was stopped there by Norman. Vincent Norman came up to make that play, Coach.
Right, and again, there
First
there are
down.
a lot of subs in there, and these subs are playing hard on both teams, so that's what's good.
Yep. So 2 minutes, 26 seconds in the football game, and Corbin will move on and take on Boyle tomorrow morning at 11. That'll be for the state title in middle school. What's the best play or catch you've seen in these middle school championships, Coach?
Oh, we saw touchdown. What's his first name? Matt Brown. Touchdown Matt Brown last year. He was just scoring from everywhere on the field.
About 4'8".
First down. Yeah. And the quarterback is going to tuck it. That's Johnson. Johnson running far side, 30. Johnson, 20. And then finally shoved out of bounds over there at about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, just a really good play that time. Did a good job of getting around the corner and outstanding.
Yeah, Strand made the saving tackle over there.
Right, we'll watch it again on replay here.
Yeah, well, Strand did a good job of stringing that out. But here's the quarterback fake. Everybody thought Grayler was going to get it because he'd gotten the last two.
Right.
And then Mr. Johnson tucked it, and there you see Strand pulling him out of bounds.
Right.
Minute 17. Slide right. Give now to the second man through. That's Storms, and he takes it down to about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, he does a real good job of running too. Carries the ball nice and tight and turns upfield, gets his shoulder square, gets his pads ahead of his legs there a little bit. Not bad. This clock's going to run out here pretty soon. It's 51 seconds, I believe.
Second down. 3 yards to go for a first down.
Handoff Strands again, and he's going to get the first down to about the 8-yard line. That was Storms again, excuse me. I think Storms, the ball carrier.
Yeah, they're wanting to try to get another score with this young group if they can. The game is just totally out of reach.
Yeah, 38-8 Corbin. Coming up immediately after this one, it'll be Caudle and Johnson County, Corbin, Bowling Green following that. Let's see what they're going to run the play here. And the quarterback Johnson, he's going to roll it to the right, looking for the block. 5, and does he touchdown as he got in. So Colby Johnson just got in with 10 seconds to go in the ball game.
10 seconds to go in the ball game. I guess I feel like in a high school game, you want to take a knee there and just let that clock run out. But they won't even do the extra point here, I don't think. So the game's, over.
The game's over. So the final will be 44-8. And Coach, final thoughts here. There's a run in there, but Johnson just got in that pylon for the score.
I think final thoughts. I think that Corbin just had the size and the strength, and the one superstar, and that's pretty much all they needed. A quarterback that knew how to control the football game. So pretty good job.
For you Corbin fans, you'll play again tomorrow for the state title at 11 a.m. against Boyle County. And boy, that should be a good one. That should be a good one. We'll get with Darren Douglas, and you will have that one, Coach, and then. You just have to tell me, Darren, what game you want me to help you out with tomorrow, any game you decide. So, but what a great job here by Corbin and a well-coached Longmire. What can you say, Coach? One of the best players we've seen here in quite a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Had 4 touchdowns, I believe.
Does it all.
Yeah, we would like to give a player of the game here if we could.
How about Mr. Longmire?
Mr. Longmire.
Be a tough
for
choice.
That game, yeah.
4 touchdowns in the first half, made tackles, kicked, returned punts.
He did everything.
He was everything.
Well deserved. I think we'll give him the Crown Trophy plaque for player of the game.
Yeah,
I think that'd be awesome.
Our star of the game was going to be Travion Longmire. What a game he had
Longmire.
In the football game. Longmire, our star of the game here, thanks to Mingy Beef Jerky. We'll come back, and Darren Douglas and Coach Mike Meehan will give you the play-by-play with William Warfield, the King of Stream Producing. Final numbers, if you want to know the final numbers for Mr. Longmire, 114 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, all 4 in the first half.
And tackles from the safety position, kicked the ball, onside kick, Everything, just a little bit of everything.
And you can give some numbers. You can give some numbers from this game.
Well, usually do that, right? Yeah, we'll do that when we.
That's right. We want to do the trophy presentation. That's right. William mentioned that to me that we want to do the trophy presentation here as well. So, you see the cheerleaders. How many do they have, Coach? You count them?
I didn't count them, but I tell you what, there's a lot of cheerleaders.
I'd say there's about 30 of them.
Right.
So Corbin will be in action again tomorrow morning at 11 against Boyle County, and that will be a doozy. I don't think that'll be a 44-8 score. I think
it's going to be a great
You got
game.
some really good players on both sides.
So what we're going to have a trophy presentation here. Corbin, of course, will get the trophy for this football game.
So the TK Panthers get their they had the Panthers had a terrific season, Coach.
Right.
Anyway, Harris is a nice player. I don't think he had his best ball game today, but you got to give credit where it's due. Corbin's defense had a lot to do with that.
Corbin's defense was outstanding in this football game.
And they win it going away 44-8. We had a running clock in the second half. As Coach, we had a long injury delay, about 30 minutes in this game. That's the reason. State semifinalists, Division II.
Semifinalists, they're going to give it to
TK,
them.
they get that award as well for the semifinalists of Elizabethtown. Is that it? All right, for William Moorfield, for Coach Mike Meehan, Gary Ball, 44-8. Corbin wins it. They play Boyle County tomorrow morning, 11. And coming up, Darren Douglas with the play-by-play. He will have an outstanding matchup between Caudill High School out of Richmond, Kentucky, and Johnson County. That'll be coming up on PrepSpin, the leader in digital sports.